Good evening and welcome to the October 14th, 2025 meeting of the Abington Board of School Directors. I note the attendance of board members, with the exception of Mrs. Brown and Ms. Hartman, who are excused for this evening. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Abington Board of School Directors has convened this evening's meeting at the Administration Building, and the public is welcome. This meeting is also being broadcast live on the Abington School District YouTube channel. For those members of the public who cannot participate in this evening, the meeting is being recorded and will be available on the district's website and cable channel no later than Friday, October 17th, 2025. Comments from citizens will be conducted in person and by phone. Instructions for calling into each public comment section of the meeting will be displayed on the screen during each segment. The board thanks the public in advance for its cooperation. This is a place where we hold dignity and high regard, and everyone's voices are respected and welcomed. Dr. Fetcher, do we have any additional announcements or agenda items?
No, we do not.
Okay. With that, would you please proceed with our student council representatives?
You want to do comments from the board members?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was excited to hear the reports from the students. We'll do opening comments from board members. Mr. Allen,
Good evening, everyone.
Ms. Eisenhart,
Good evening and welcome.
Mr. Mohammed,
Good evening.
Ms. Spalding,
Good evening, everybody.
Ms. Fraser,
Welcome.
Ms. Basie,
Good evening, everyone.
Ms. Lee.
Good evening, everyone.
All right,
All right.
welcome to the meeting. All right, now, would you please
Now we'll
proceed?
ask for Lana Brown to come forward. From Abington Senior High School.
Good evening, Dr. Mowry, Dr. Fetcher, and members of the Board of School Directors. My name is Lana Brown, and I'm the Student Council President of Abington Senior High School. First off, on Tuesday, October 7th and Wednesday, October 8th, Abington Senior High held their annual Club and Activities Fair. The fair was a huge success, and every club was able to showcase what they have to offer to potential new members. Additionally, Abington Senior High School completed their 5 days of Spirit Week leading up to homecoming this past week. We had 5 different themed days for the students to participate in. Monday was Philadelphia Sports Day, Tuesday was Twin Day, Wednesday was Teen Beach Movie Day, Thursday was Growlfit Day, and Friday was Pink Out. Each Student Council Executive Board member handed out raffle tickets to the students who participated for a chance to win a different gift card each day. On the Friday of the past week, the Senior High held the Fall Sports Pep Rally. The pep rally took place at the end of the day and was an opportunity for students to come together and celebrate in fun ways. There were many different competitions held in the stadium for the fall sports teams to compete in. The other students were able to watch and cheer them on as a fun way to finish out the week. Also, on Friday, October 10th, Abington Senior High held their Pink Out football game. Abington's Key Club sold Pink Out t-shirts in support of breast cancer awareness leading up to and at the game. At the football game, the winners of Homecoming King and Queen were announced. There were 6 finalists for each King and Queen who were all able to be showcased before the winners were announced. The Homecoming Queen finalists were Maeve Link, Alexis Whaley, Madeline Krasner, Danica Santiago, Alyssa Carranza, and Farah Johnstone. The King finalists were Ryan Salmon, Obina Mba, Chase O'Brien, Robert Karapi, Ethan Yang, and Luke Franklin. The runners-up, being named Homecoming Prince and Princess, were Ethan Yang and Maeve Link. Our 2025-2026 Homecoming King and Queen were Chase O'Brien and Alyssa Carranza. We are so proud of everyone who ran, and congratulations to our King and Queen. The next day, Saturday, October 11th, the Senior High hosted their homecoming dance. All grades were welcome, and we ended up having a huge turnout. The students were able to have fun with their friends, and the night was a success. Regarding upcoming events, the Senior High has their Trunk or Treat coming up on Friday, October 17th. Clubs are able to participate and decorate their cars for Abington patrons to come trick-or-treating. We are expecting a good turnout this year with numerous Abington clubs prepared to dress up and celebrate. Abington Senior High has had numerous academic accomplishments as well. The College Board has informed that 119 senior scholars have been recognized for the 2 national recognition programs, the Recognition Award and First Generation Award. Jacob Hong has been approved to receive the Congressional Award Silver Medal along with the Bronze, Silver, and Gold certificates. Isla Mahmood, class of 2026, qualified as National Merit Scholarship semifinalist. Maggie Whalen and Owen Alke have been selected as the primary members of the Congresswoman Dean's Task Force from Abington Senior High School. Lastly, junior Tristan Lundy won his division at the National Day of Chess Tournament in Philadelphia on Saturday. Regarding athletics, following scholar athletes won medals at the William Tennant Invitational at William Tennant High School. Chase O'Brien placed 10th with a time of 16:47.05, and Michaela Fitzmaurice placed 7th with a time of 20:00:02. Keely Gallagher was nominated as a top defender in Bucks County field hockey for fall 2025. Elias Hansen and Daniel Budo are both up for top first-year football players by the Philly Burbs. On October 7th, Jake Capps participated in the Suburban One Golf Tournament at Five Ponds Golf Course. Jake earned a spot in the prestigious tournament by having a handicap average of 3.72 through 16 regular season matches. Lastly, we have had many accomplishments in the band and chorale department. ASHS Marching Ghost took first place in U.S. Bands Group IVA competition at Great Valley High School. They posted a score of 73.7 for Best Music, Visual, and Overall Effect. They were the highest scoring marching unit of all the competing bands. They also placed first at the Upper Dublin High School's Spectacle and Sound on Saturday, September 27, 2025. The ASHS chorale and advanced acting classes traveled to the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair for the annual School Days Festival. Chorale competed against 20-plus other schools in the extremely competitive Madrigal music competition and were judged in several categories, including presentation, diction, dynamics, and intonation. I'm thrilled and proud to announce that our chorale received second place. Finally, the Abington Marching Ghost took third place in U.S. Bands Marine Corps Invitational Group IVA competition at Annapolis on Saturday, October 11, 2025. They posted a score of 82.1 and won the Caption Award for Best Color Guard. In other captions, they ranked first in General Effect Visual and ranked third in General Effect Music, Music Effect, Visual, and Percussion. We are so proud of our marching band and chorale. As you can see, activities and awards have been picking up at the senior high, and we are excited for more to come. Thank you for your time today, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Respectfully submitted, Lana Brown.
Thank you very much. A lot going on. We're excited as we enter the fall. Many things, many accomplishments, and if you could pass on to your fellow students that we are very proud of their accomplishments, and we thank all of the students and staff members who are dedicated to make these activities happen as well.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Thanks, Lana.
All right. At this time, I'm going to ask Noah Shannon to come forward from Abington Middle School.
Good evening, Dr. Mowry, Dr. Fetcher, and members of the Board of School Directors. I am Noah Shannon, and I am on the Executive Board of the Student Council for Abington Middle School. This year's Student Council Executive Board has begun meeting and is very excited for the upcoming school year. Their first order of business is recruiting students from 6th and 7th grade to be Student Council representatives for their teams and to begin preparing for this year's holiday season food drive. The Reading Olympics has almost 40 members signed up. They have already begun checking out books from the library. The first meeting will take place on Tuesday, October 21st, after school in the AMS library. TADA, which stands for Teens Against Drugs and Alcohol, is kicking off its 36th season in 2025-2026. We just concluded signups to join TADA, and we look forward to planning many fun events for our approximately 800 club members in the coming months. Going Green Club has started meeting, and there are currently 35 members in the club. Students have been asked to plan more things, so we have added more perennial plans to the third parking island planter. American Sign Language Club had its first meeting and welcomed many new and returning members. Students learned how to greet people, sign their own name, and read other people's signs. Math Olympiad and Math Counts clubs have started. We have had a good showing at our first couple meetings with some nice problem-solving discussions amongst the mathletes. Chess Club has begun. There are over 80 students who have signed up, a very popular choice among students. It was good to see novice, intermediate, and advanced players actively participating. Commons B was filled with over 100 students for the first Builders Club meeting of the school year. Students made encouragement posters and encouragement cards with a sweet treat of a Tootsie Pop for veterans in a care home. We also kicked off our trunk or treating for UNICEF program, which is a Kiwanis and UNICEF partnership project. Students were given a collection box to collect change when they go out trick-or-treating, along with candy, of course. The funds will benefit the children of Zambia in Africa. Last year, the Builders Club raised $300 for the UNICEF trick-or-treating project. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Again, a lot going on. If you could pass along our congratulations, as well as our thanks for all the activities for our students.
Thanks, Noah. Okay, with that, we will move on to our first section of comments from citizens. Comments from citizens are being conducted both in person and by phone. The phone number to participate is being displayed on the screen at this time. It is 267-715-3717. You'll be able to join the meeting by calling in on your mobile or landline phone. A citizen will be recognized once during this period of the meeting, and each citizen's comments will be limited to a total of 3 minutes, except at the discretion of the president. Time may not be yielded or otherwise transferred by one speaker to another for the purposes of extending a given speaker's time allotment. If there's anyone present who would like to make a comment, please use the microphone either to your left or to your right.
Hi, Jen Purtell. I live in Glenside. Just I wanted to comment on the updates from the kids. I was so impressed with all of their achievements, like all the opportunities that the school has beyond just great academics. It's like the extracurriculars, the clubs, all that. It's wonderful to hear it all. And as a former marching band mom, I want to say also Bands in the Boneyard is coming up the last weekend in October, so go check it out.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Good evening. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we're good.
I'm John Spiegelman. I live at 1217 Edge Hill Road in the beautiful scenic Highland Farms neighborhood of Abington. I concur with my friend Jen. There's so much going on with student council and all the activities available to the student bodies of both the middle school and the senior high. It's impressive. I'm here to actually just kind of reiterate what I said 2 weeks ago. To express my enthusiasm for and gratitude for the anticipated and hopefully positive vote on the responsible contractor policy tonight. We all know there were a lot of people who voted for the referendum in May. There were a lot of people who didn't. But this RCP is going to benefit everybody. It offers protections in so many different ways, including financial, for every family, every student, every taxpayer, every faculty member. It is, as I said before, an essential component to the referendum, just as important as the yes vote. So thank you so much for your consideration and looking forward to a positive vote on that tonight. Thanks so much, school directors, Dr. Fetcher, central administration staff, and everybody else.
Sorry. Thank you for your voice. Anyone else? Mr. Cargan. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hi, Joe Rooney. I live in Ardsley. Welcome everybody tonight. And I have a question on a couple of the items. I'm going to roll them all together. Number 8 is the award of contract. Number 9 is the responsible contractor policy, and then a capital report for projects that are still open. And I'm going to roll them all together, and I'm sure you're going to cut me off before I'm done. So the first thing is I hope you will vote against this policy for the following reasons. Number 1 is we have far too little information on it right now, and I'm relatively sure that none of you have the answers to any of the things I'm going to bring up. The first one is, how much is this going to cost? So in terms of a $285 million construction project, how much will it cost? And if we looked back at the $120 million high school job, how much would it have cost with this? The second question is, why haven't we had it before? So what would have been different in the $120 million high school project if we had this policy compared to what we have achieved? And when I was looking through these numbers, I came up with some interesting stuff. So the first thing is we've approved a contract for roughly $30 million for construction management to ICS. They wrote that into a relatively minor thing that you all approved without any discussion. If I take a look at the capital improvement thing, the Reynolds Construction had the construction management project for the $120 million thing, and the original award was $1.5 million. So we're paying 20 times that amount to ICS. That's without this responsible contractor ordinance. ICS's job is to make sure that the job is done right, and we're paying them $30 million. Why is that? Board members, tell me the answer. The next one is, if you take a look at item 8, there are 3 companies getting $500,000 still from the 2018 project. The J.R. Reynolds Incorporated, Myco Mechanical Incorporated, and Guy M. Cooper Incorporated. First, I hope you will explain why we're still paying on a 2018 project. The second one is, would any of these contractors have been eligible for the work that they did if this responsible contractor policy was enacted? I don't think so, but I'd like to know the answer. So along with how much does it cost, how many capable, competent contractors will not even be considered if you pass this ordinance? I'm not saying don't pass it, but if you don't have answers to those questions, then you should stall this thing and then figure it out first. Because I don't know the job that these contractors did specifically. I know they're in plumbing, HVAC, and fire suppression. And I know they're expensive. Is that it or time?
Time.
Huh.
Thank you for your
Want to
voice.
hear anything else?
Have a seat.
You can extend it if you would like.
Have a seat.
Very important. I hope you all vote no.
Now.
No, nothing.
Mr. Cargis, do we have any callers on the line?
We do. The next citizen for public comment, phone number ending in 3253. Please state your full name and address.
Good evening. My name is Peaches Cooper. I live at 1014 Garfield Avenue here in Abington Township. I have children attending school in the Abington School District, and I'm also a member of the Abington Township Environmental Advisory Council, or EAC, and I'm calling in this evening on behalf of the EAC to share a letter that will also be sent via email concerning our views on possible involvement during the ongoing planning process for the new Abington Middle School. So the EAC has been closely following the progress surrounding the development of the new middle school for Abington School District, and we have attended community information sessions and tours held at the middle school, and even hosted ICS, the contractor, at one of our monthly meetings earlier this year to discuss the many aspects of the project. As we have a vested interest in this project due to the nature of our council, we would like to take this opportunity to offer assistance with the design and planning process leading to the construction of the new middle school. And we felt we could be helpful in the following areas. We could offer input on the development of community survey questions to ensure consideration is given to evaluating the importance of having renewable energy on site, using sustainable building materials, and incorporating additional green infrastructure, serving as a bridge between the one ASD team and the community, as EAC meets at least monthly and can offer additional and more frequent communication with one ASD updates and community feedback and concerns. and also acting as an advocate and sounding board through the design process to ensure the new middle school building meets the goals of LEED certified schools and a net zero ready school building. And lastly, providing shade tree landscape recommendations. So for instance, the AC is currently engaged with an invasive tree management planning process and learn lessons from the Abington High School tree planting plans. So we just hope to serve as an ongoing resource, contributing our expertise and insights to support the environmentally conscious efforts during this process. So that's it for me, and thank you for your time and attention.
Thank you for your voice. Mr. Cargis, do we have anyone else on the line?
That is our last caller.
Okay, all right. Dr. Fetcher, is there anything you'd like to respond to?
Yes, Dr. Mallory. I just wanted to address the comment about ICS compared to Reynolds for the high school project. It's not an equal comparison because ICS consists of architects, engineers, as well as full service, where Reynolds was only construction management on that job. We had there's a separate line item for architects, a separate line item for engineers. So to compare the two, I just wanted to be clear that ICS is a large group that is full service to include, at a minimum, architects, off the top of my head, engineer, and construction management. So I just wanted to clarify that.
Okay. All right. I'd like to thank Ms. Cooper, who called in on behalf of EAC for their ongoing interest in the project. Okay. That brings us to, we have no additional agenda items, yes? Okay. All right, that brings us to the approval of minutes. Ms. Fazy, can you please read the recommendation to approve the September minutes?
That the Board of School Directors approves the minutes of the board meetings on September 9th, 2025 and September 30th, 2025.
Second.
We have a second? Dr. Fetcher.
Your minutes are included?
Okay. Questions and comments from the board? Okay, this is a roll call vote, Mrs. Flanagan? Is this a roll call vote? No, this is just affirmation, right? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the ayes have it. The minutes are passed. Ms. Fazy, can you please read the recommendation to approve the personnel addendum?
That the Board of School Directors approves the changes in personnel as reflected in personnel addendums numbers 6.1 and 6.1A.
Second.
Dr. Fetcher.
Thank you, Dr. Mowry. The personnel addendum begins with the appointment of one professional employee, changes of status for 4 professional staff members, and compensation for interpreter and translation services. I bring your attention to the retirement of Miss Mary Rocks, paraprofessional at Rydell Elementary School, who served the district for 29 years.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, comments or questions from the board? No? Congratulations to our retirees. 29 years is an amazing commitment to the district and its students. So we thank you for the service and hope that the future is bright and fun. Okay, Ms. Fazy, can you please read the recommendations? Oh, wait, we have to vote on that. Ms. Flanagan.
Mr. Allen?
Aye.
Ms. Eisenhart?
Aye.
Mr. Mohammed?
Aye.
Ms. Balding?
Aye.
Ms. Frazier?
Aye.
Ms. Fazy?
Aye.
Dr. Mowry?
Aye. The ayes have it, and the motion passes. Now, Ms. Fazy, can you please read the recommendation for permits of use for buildings and grounds?
That the Board of School Directors approves the applications for permits for use of buildings and grounds as reflected in addendum number 7.1.
Second.
Dr. Fetcher?
Thank you, Dr. Mowry. The permit addendum continues to reflect typical requests for buildings and grounds for meetings and other school activities and events for this time of year. As you heard from our students, we have a lot going on, and this permit addendum will illustrate that as well.
Okay. Questions or comments from the board?
One comment on this, I just want to draw attention to one of the meetings that will be taking place November 3rd. It's for CPAC, which is the Special Education Parent Advisory Council. It's a great opportunity for parents of anyone with a 504 or special education IEP plan to attend, talk with other parents, get information, valuable resources. And it's on November 3rd at Copper Beach. So
Very good.
wanted to emphasize that this evening.
Okay. Anyone else? Ms. Lee? We don't want to leave you out of this? No? Okay. All right. Yeah, it is as usual an packed calendar. So that's great. All right, Mrs. Flanagan.
Mr. Allen?
Aye.
Ms. Eisenhart?
Aye.
Mr. Mohammed?
Aye.
Ms. Spalding?
Aye.
Ms. Frazier?
Aye.
Ms. Vacy?
Aye.
Dr. Mowry?
Aye. The ayes have it and the motion passes. Ms. Fazy, can you please read the recommendation for awards of contracts?
That the Board of School Directors approves the awards of contracts as reflected in addendum number 8.1.
Second.
Dr. Fetcher.
Thank you, Dr. Mowry. Tonight, for your consideration, we have 3 contract change orders. Essentially, these change orders are part of our closeout and finalization of the high school project. I'm going to ask Mr. O'Donohue to expand on that.
We're pleased that we have been able to negotiate a resolution to some outstanding claims with the, spoke too soon, with the 3 of the prime contractors on the high school project. Those settlements, those resolutions are reflected in the closeout change orders.
Questions or comments from the board?
Just to confirm on this, these are final negotiations for the change orders?
Correct, for those
these?
3
Okay.
prime contractors. They are complete.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Ms. Spalding?
Yeah, what was the reason for this, the increase? I mean, what is the money being used for?
So during the project, there were, the project was extended for a period of time beyond the original contract term, and there were some disputes as to the causation of that, and some other related claims. These are resolutions basically settling those contractor claims for additional compensation related to extension of services.
All right.
So this closes out these 3. How many more do we have left?
There are 2 outstanding prime contracts at the moment, Borough General Construction and Borough Electric.
Okay. Okay.
And these increases, these are opposed to what?
As opposed to litigating and retaining delay consultants and pursuing this in the courts.
Is there a number associated with that?
If we want to have a discussion about the resolution, I would suggest that we go into executive session and not have that discussion publicly. And we can adjourn to executive session if that's necessary.
No, it's not necessary. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay. Mrs. Flanagan, this is a roll call vote.
Mr. Allen?
Aye.
Ms. Eisenhart?
Aye.
Mr. Mohammed?
Aye.
Ms. Spalding?
Aye.
Ms. Frazier?
Aye.
Ms. Vacy?
Aye.
Dr. Mowry?
Aye. The ayes have it and the motion passes. Ms. Vacy, can you please read the recommendation for the responsible contractor policy in agenda item 9.1?
It is recommended that the Board of School Directors approves the second reading of board policy entitled Responsible Contractor Policy as reflected in addendum number 9.1.
Second.
Dr. Fetcher, we have a second.
Thank you, Dr. Mowry. At the meeting of the Board of School Directors on August 26, 2025, the board asked the administration to work with the solicitor's office to draft a responsible contractor policy. This is the second reading this evening of that policy.
Okay. Questions or comments from the board?
I look forward to voting in favor of this policy. I think it will provide the district with qualified, trained craftsmen to lead the work for an investment that the community has indicated as necessary and wanted. And I think it's a positive step for our district.
Okay. Anyone else?
Dr. Mara, if I could just note the two changes from the prior reading. There were two
Sure.
minor changes. One
Sure.
was to add a definition of the term project to clarify that essentially work that should be bid together as a project was not going to be broken up to avoid thresholds. And then secondly, there was a clarification as to the nature of who would qualify for that 70% requirement of the labor force, specifically journeymen who have graduated from an apprenticeship program and those who are currently, and laborers who are currently in an apprenticeship program.
Okay. And those are registered apprenticeship programs, correct? Okay. Okay, great. Thank you for that clarification. All right. Anyone else?
Will union labor be considered as well as part of our responsible contractors?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That the union labor typically uses, or always uses, registered apprenticeship programs, so they would have that qualification in, I believe, most, if not all cases.
Okay.
Questions? No? Okay. I just want to add my my support for Ms. Eisenhardt's remarks. This is an important step in protecting an enormous and much needed community investment. So I look forward to voting yes. Mrs. Flanagan, this is a roll call.
Mr. Allen?
Aye.
Ms. Eisenhart?
Aye.
Mr. Mohammed?
Aye.
Ms. Spalding?
Aye.
Ms. Frazier?
Aye.
Ms. Fazy?
Aye.
Dr. Mowry?
Aye. The ayes have it, and the motion passes. Ms. Fazy, can you please read the recommendation for nursing services on an as-needed basis?
That the Board of School Directors approves the contract with Maxim Healthcare Services, Inc. for the period October 14th, 2025 through June 30th, 2020, it says 2025, I'm assuming,
That must be 2026.
2026, I'm going to say.
Okay.
To provide nursing services on an as-needed basis when district nursing staff are unavailable.
Second.
Dr. Fetcher, we have a second.
Thank you, Dr. Mowry. At the meeting on September 9th, the board approved a contract with Bayada Home Healthcare to provide nursing coverage when the district nursing staff are unavailable. Despite that agreement, Bayada has been unable to consistently meet the district's coverage needs. In order to ensure the continuity of care and compliance with student health plans, the administration recommends adding an additional Maxim Healthcare Services, Inc. as an additional contracted provider.
Okay.
So essentially gives us more opportunity to make sure that positions are filled.
I have a question. Is that nurses only, or would it also entail physical therapists and occupational therapists?
This is for nurses.
Thank you. Other questions, comments from the board? So this is, I just want to make sure I understand this. This is an additional staffing service. Does it cost the district anything to use it?
Dr. Rosenthal, can you go through both agreements?
Sure. It's only when they're needed. So they're not
Okay.
needed often when we have needs that go beyond what we need in our public schools, either outside for field trips or for students that may go to non-pub schools. We need an agreement. BIATA wasn't able to fulfill that, so we only use it. It's actually per hour that we would need these services.
Okay, so there's no, in other words, like for ESS, which we use for our subs, right? We pay an annual fee, but there's nothing like that attached
No.
to this. Okay, all right, great. Okay. Questions or comments? No? Okay, Mrs. Flanagan.
Mr. Allen?
Aye.
Ms. Eisenhart?
Aye.
Mr. Mohammed?
Aye.
Ms. Spalding?
Aye.
Frazier?
Aye.
Ms. Vacy?
Aye.
Dr. Mowry?
Aye. The ayes have it, and the motion passes. Ms. Vacy, can you please read the recommendation for the confidential student matter?
That the Board of School Directors approves the confidential student matters as reflected in addendum number 11.1.
Second.
We have a second, Dr. Fetcher.
Thank you, Dr. Mowry. The confidential student matters regarding an educational services agreement, keeping in mind the confidentiality of student matters. I can answer any questions that you may have.
Okay. Questions or comments from the board? No? Okay. One more time, please.
Mr. Allen?
Aye.
Ms. Eisenhart?
Aye.
Mr. Mohammed?
Aye.
Ms. Spalding?
Aye.
Ms. Frazier?
Aye.
Ms. Vacy?
Aye.
Dr. Mowry?
Aye. The ayes have it, and the motion passes. Dr. Fetcher, are there any additional reports and recommendations by the administration and superintendent?
Yes, Dr. Mowry, I provide for you the conference attendance and professional leaves and the capital improvement projects for your information.
Okay. Questions or comments from the board? Okay, thank you for increasing the size of the font. I have a question about I'm trying to find it on here now, the energy improvement. Yeah, the GISA projects. Yeah, there it is. So I did notice that there's a sizable increase from the original contract. I know that these are increases that the board approved, but I wonder if I could just ask you to walk through the reasoning for that for members of the community who may want to know.
Sure. First off, on June 11th, the original contract took place for a set scope of work, and on December 10th that year, we added Rydal, HVAC, and roof to that scope of work. And part of the reason why that was not in the original scope is we had applied for a grant, and we received a grant from McKinley, but not for Rydal.
Okay.
And so the work that was needed there became part of this project and approved. As you mentioned, all of these are approved by the board at those meetings. On February 25th, we included the Copper Beach HVAC and repairs and controls when we had the frozen coils. So those are the two major additions that changed the scope of the work from the original on June 11th.
Okay. Any other questions?
I just think it's important as well to note that all of these changes were district initiated
Right.
change orders, and they were also presented to publicly at the Board of School Directors meeting for approval.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. I was concerned that someone just looking at the numbers without the history might wonder about that. All right. Any other questions or comments? No? Okay. With that, we are going to move on to item 13. Is there any other business that may appropriately be brought to the attention of the Board of School Directors? Okay. Item 14, this is our second period of public comment. Once again, comments from citizens are being conducted both in person and by phone. The phone number to participate in public comments is 267-715-3717 and is being displayed on the screen at this time. You'll be able to join the meeting by calling in on your mobile or landline phone. A citizen will be recognized once during this period of the meeting, and each citizen's comments will be limited to 3 minutes, except at the discretion of the president. Time may not be yielded or otherwise transferred by one speaker to another for purposes of extending a given speaker's time allotment. If there's anyone present who'd like to make a comment, we'll start with folks in the room first. You can use the mics either to your right or to your left.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Joe Rooney again. A couple of things. First, I got to make sure I understand this. None of you know what $550,000 was being spent for, and it's a 35-minute meeting, but you didn't have enough time to go into an executive session and understand it before you voted for it. You should do your homework, and you should look out. $550,000 actually means something to the people who live in Abington and Rockledge. And just got however many votes minus people who weren't here, and you don't even understand. You didn't get any answers from the solicitor at all. And I just don't understand how you put up with that. The second one, did any of you actually read the responsible contractor policy? Any of you? Yeah. Yes? Okay, so who can I ask specific questions about it? Like, say I had a question about the Craft Labor and Prevailing Wage Act and how it affects it. Who could answer that for me? I'll do it afterwards. Next question is, you didn't answer my question before. What contractors won't be able to bid on a contract after this now that were able and probably did great work on the high school project? Do you know those answers? It's primarily for union labor. That's what it's in there for. It's to deny access to public contracts for non-unionized companies. That's what it is. So this is some kind of a payback. I don't know. Dr. Fetcher, your numbers still don't add up with the $120 million project, and I'll have to understand some of that because I don't think you will either know all that. There's a lot of questions. You should take your time on this stuff. I can only ask you to do it because you're the ones who make the vote. And there's all kinds of people out in Abington and Rockledge that depend on you for getting it right. So that's what you ought to do. Just to switch gear after that, because it's disappointing. I just can't believe you guys do this stuff, but it's just the way it goes. Yesterday was the 250th anniversary of the United States Navy. That's 250 years of service, sacrifice, duty, and heroism. I hope there was an opportunity or is an opportunity to focus on that because that is the greatness of America. And you just mentioned before about going down to the Naval Academy. I think the band or something performed down there. If you haven't been there, go. It'll warm your hearts. Go to see Captain Rook's monument about the USS Houston, where he gave his life for us. The second one is yesterday was Columbus Day. Unbelievable act of heroism, of bravery. Christopher Columbus is one of the men who actually changed the world. I know there's all kinds of nonsense that you hear, okay? And I'd be happy to go toe-to-toe, but I'll recommend read Admiral of the Ocean Sea by Samuel Eliot Morison if you want to actually learn something before you shoot your mouths off, if you're going to badmouth them. Nobody's perfect in this whole world. But Columbus Day, he's an unbelievable man. I've sailed past Crooked Island, and after reading about Christopher Columbus, I was able to witness what he described in 1492, and going into Portobello also. So thank you.
Thank you. Your time is up. Please take a seat. Anyone else in the room?
Hi, how you doing? My name's Darby Doyle. I live at 448 Roberts Avenue in Glenside. I'd like to thank the board for voting for responsible contractor language. Number one, it's taxpayer protection. And I'd like to also throw a couple facts out there. A project labor agreement is what happens when you use 100% labor. A responsible contractor is open to anyone and everyone who fits the contract that you have written up. The key word is responsible. The contractors that you guys just allowed $550,000 to pay for will not qualify under the responsible contractor language because of their shady craftsmanship. And again, I thank you very much. It's taxpayer protection for the people of Abington that voted for this new school and the middle school. and hopefully the contractors that bid on it will be responsible. Thank you.
Thank you for your voice. Anyone else in the room? Mr. Cargis, do we have callers on the line?
We have one caller.
Okay.
The next citizen for public comment, phone number ending 4437. Please state your full name and address.
Connie Briggs at Roslyn.
Did you get the name, Mr. O'Donoghue? Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for being there and helping with everything. But I'm new to this, so just give me a little slack if I trip over myself. But I just wanted to ask. I did look over that budget that Joe Rooney did look over, and I was concerned. I have a background in nonprofit administration and also other things, but I was concerned about the cost overruns for the high school, and I think that that's the kind of thing that people are really worried about. And we need to know how oversight is going to be better than it was then. And we also need to know, can we look at this policy that you're giving to contractors? I don't know where that is. And some of the documents, I'd like to be able to look them over. Is that a public record, or is that something that we can't look at? And that's all I have to ask. I'm just a question. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for calling in. Dr. Fetcher. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Do we have one more caller?
That was our last caller.
That was our last caller? Okay. All right. Dr. Fetcher.
In terms of our documents for the board meeting, if you go on to board docs, all of our documents are posted on 24 hours prior to the board meeting.
Right, so that's through the district website, correct?
Correct.
So if you
Go to the district website, and at the top of the district website is a tab that says Board Docs, and you click on Board Docs, and then move to Meetings, and the featured meetings are on the screen, and then you can click on View the Agenda, and all of the agenda items are listed. And
is it number 9 was the item?
yes, so if you click on item number 9, and then on there, there's an addendum, and which presents the entire policy prior to the meeting. This was also posted prior to the last meeting as well. So it's been up in form for a couple weeks.
Okay. And it will be accessible from here on out because it's a board policy, correct?
Yeah, it's a board policy. We also archive for, I'm not sure the number of years, but we have quite a number of years going back of the whatever's on the agenda, and you can access the agendas as well.
Okay.
Also, there's video of the board meetings. If someone wants to go back and look at the board meeting, it's available and recorded on Fridays after the board meeting.
Okay. All right, great. Thank you. Anything else you want to?
Sure. I just want to take a moment to recognize the question about the Navy's 250th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And in our schools, we've had a few activities throughout the school. The senior high, for example, had a Navy history of the Navy and military experience. And in some of the other buildings as well, there's some celebration of that as well. So I just want to point out that it is something within our schools that is important and was recognized.
Okay. Could I also ask you to speak to the concerns about sufficient guardrails on the middle school project? The caller's concerns about cost overruns. I mean, I guess ICS's role versus what we had during the senior high school project.
Right. So tonight, I think there's a few different types of change orders that occur throughout any project. Some of those are design, attributed to design. What we saw this evening were delay claims and time on the job. And I would remind you that this project took place during COVID, and some of the delay claims were part of that discussion. I think that with any project, there's going to be change orders, regardless of how well the project is done. There's also district-initiated change orders. So at times during a project, we may say, this is not the direction we want to go. We want to change that. And although each time there's a change order in a project, it is presented publicly to keep an eye on it. And we also have a construction management team, which is essential to keeping those change orders to a minimum. I would say that at the end of most projects, there is a closeout time period, especially the size of a very large project. There's a closeout period where there has to be some agreement among the contractors and the district in this case of coming to an understanding, and that often occurs I would say, at most large projects. I would defer to Mr. Donahue for that.
It's certainly not uncommon that there are going to be, there are disputes on projects. There are reasonable minds that can disagree. In addition to design issues, owner-initiated changes, there are also unforeseen conditions. Those are things that weren't what conditions when things get dug up aren't exactly what the engineers testing revealed, and therefore they're not what the contractor anticipated when they put their bid together. So there's a change, and that's how we have to contract. We have to put forth a set of specifications. This is the work we want you to do. If additional work is needed because of an unforeseen condition, that is a reasonable change order.
Yeah, before construction began at the high school project, there was a $1.3 million change order that was attributed to an unforeseen condition.
Right.
So I think it's important to keep in mind, regardless of the project, and there will be change orders. There will be change orders at the middle school project. And if there isn't, I would be extremely, extremely shocked. But I will predict that there will be change orders in the middle school project or any project that is of that magnitude.
But that's also one of the reasons why we have a contingency fund.
Correct.
Right, to cover that. So
Correct.
that's built into the project as well. Okay, all right. Final comments from school directors. Mr. Allen.
Nothing, thank you.
Okay. Ms. Eisenhart.
Good evening, everyone.
Mr. Mohammed.
Good night, everybody.
Ms. Spalding.
I'm happy that the cottages have been released, and I hope that now we can give aid to the Palestinians. Good night, everybody.
Thank you for that, Ms. Fazy. Or, I'm sorry, Ms. Fraser.
That's okay. Good night, all.
Ms. Fazy.
Take care, everyone.
Ms. Lee.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for coming out.